Today in the livestock market, cattle was a little bit lower. The pressure is really coming from the grain rebound. Even though we didn't make new highs in the grain, the market just got a little bit stronger today. The futures did extend yesterday's high, but it really didn't hold. So while we did get some good news, it was difficult to stay there. Now the gap between the futures and the cash is really what's at issue here. And every time the market starts to expand a little bit, it really starts to get pulled back a little bit. And I think that what's happening, it's just too great to keep those prices higher. And then it seems like that there just isn't enough news in February to underpin the market anyway, and even to send the market a little bit lower. We thought that might be happening just with the strength of the grain market, but that isn't happening just today, even though it was a little lower. Now feeders were easier as well. We did have an early rise, even much more than the cattle, but it did fall back as well. Now feedlots were holding back some cattle, expecting that maybe higher cash prices were going to come in, but waiting too long puts out the risk there then that they could have supplies starting to pile up, and of course that's going to put some pressure on the market. So there's been this dance going on back and forth, but it just means that there isn't just much going on to support the market going any higher. So we're getting some of this back and forth. Now hogs was the real story today. It did surge. Futures did extend the rally up to $79.95, and we're like $4.50 higher in just 2 days. So that's really quite a breakout from the range that we had been in, the channel we had been in really for over a week now. Now the deferreds all the way out to December are also making new highs. That just tells us that there is strength really across the board. And now with the snow slowing some of the hog movement, creating a little bit of tighter supplies, and that also can be driving the market. It's important to remember too that in China the herd expansion is starting to slow a little bit because the African swine fever is now back in the picture. So that's something to be looking at going forward, and that's the only real issue that could underpin the market really starting to rally a little bit further. But hogs were the real upside story today.